Alright guys, welcome back to the Man Cave. We got unboxing number 2 here. This came in from New Provisions Racings today. Thanks to Nick again for getting this stuff out real fast. Nick Triggiano, New Provisions Racing. Hit him up if you're looking for any deals. This bad boy, well, you know what? Let's just get into it right now. See what we got. Oh boy, there she is.
Too complex. Too complex.
Here it is, the FA20 Blue turbocharger from Force Performance. This is something I've had my eye on for a while. I've actually just been waiting to see some solid results from the consumer community and some of the tuners out there as far as what they're doing with it, how it performs, how it's going to stack up against the stock turbo, and where the spool comes in, if we get any lag or anything like that. So yeah. I've seen some Facebook posts and Naziok, things like that. So I decided to give it a try myself. I'm hoping that it's gonna be almost like the stock turbo in response, and it's not gonna have a bunch of lag to where you have to wait later in the RPMs for it to spool up. But from what I've seen, it seems like they're doing a pretty good job. I know there are some other aftermarket turbos out there that are direct replacements like this one, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, I just chose to go with Force Performance instead. I think they right now it shows that this turbo is spooling up pretty close to stock turbo. Now, having said that, those were results from their ball bearing turbo. This is the journal bearing, so yes, it's a little cheaper, probably won't have the same amount of spool, but realistically you're probably talking about 300 RPM difference between the two of them, which, if you're on a stock FA20 motor, having the torque come in later in the RPM range makes a lot more sense. Got some ballast point here. This is a Sour winch. Known a few of those in my day. I'm sure you guys have too. So let's kill it. Oh, not quite. Gotta man up. Man cave requires you man up. Oh, alright. That's got a sour tart taste. I do like it. I bought another seasonal one, and man, it's something mango. It tastes like literally mango cough syrup. No good, but I'll finish it anyway. All right, looks like we've got all the hardware, everything like that, the nuts and bolts. It's interesting to see these copper nuts. I wonder if they did that to shed off heat a little faster. Copper's usually, I think, pretty good at transferring heat. So that's nice. That's a really nice added touch. They pretty much state on the website, they give you everything that you need to do a direct bolt on, replacing the factory turbo. So all the gaskets, for the headers, jpipe, and the new, I think this is the oil feed line. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool to try to put this together and figure it all out. So the stock turbo will flow at about 50 pounds per minute, and this one is 57 according to FP or Force Performance site. So they're rating this at about 475 horsepower. Guys we've seen so far are getting more than that on E85 or E50. The latest car that came out was one by Clark Turner. He was able to get his hands on a Nordstrom pump, and that car with a built block, full bolt-ons, put down, I think 530 to the wheels. Not sure where they reached the limitations on that one, but anyway, that's kind of what these things are doing. As far as I've seen, some guys on stock motor, they've been running, I think, about 330 wheel horsepower with full bolt-ons and a stock motor, just to keep everything happy. You don't want to push too hard on 93. This is the mango even keel, and it tastes like mango cough syrup beer. It's some kind of seasonal IPA. Would not recommend this one. Bought a whole 6-pack of it. It will be drag, but stay away if you're not a huge mango syrup fan.
Okay.
This is how much of a noob I am at this stuff, and it's laughable. I'm just going to laugh at myself about this one. So, I've ordered a lot of these parts, and never messed with them before. We ordered this turbo. Nick and I talked about it, whatever, and I was like, yeah, okay, we're going to do the external wastegate. So we need, that Force Performance turbo for it. Anyway, I'm sitting here looking at the flap and thinking to myself, well, hold on. That looks like it's internally gated. Well, that's an internal flap for, the wastegate. Well, I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, crap, did they send me the wrong one? It's starting to freak out a little bit. I look at the box, it definitely says EWG on it. So I'm thinking like, oh man, I really don't want to call it Force Performance and go through that embarrassment. But, hey, something like this you kind of have to. Anyway, so I've reached out to Nick and I've sent Nick some pictures, and it's like, buddy, what's going on with this flap here? And he's like, oh, dude, don't worry about that. Killer Bee actually sends you some kind of rod to close it with their external wastegate. So it's in there. We did confirm it. Panic mode is over. Thank God. Oh, anything else? I think that about wraps it up, guys. So this is going to be a fun process. If you guys haven't already checked out the first video for the external wastegate unboxing, check that out. That gets a little more background and feedback as to kind of why I'm going through this process, even though we're coming up on a new body style for Subaru, potentially in 6 months to a year. So if you missed that, check that out. And if you want to see more of this, throw some likes out there. Subscribe if you haven't, because the videos are in no shortage. It's just a matter of when they're going to be released. So thanks a lot, guys, and catch you on the next one.